Greetings. The United Nations General Assembly in 1993 declared March 22nd as World Water Day. This day is observed annually by focusing attention on the importance of the sustainable management of freshwater resources. Everyone agrees that water is precious and must be valued. Yet the truth is that most of us only think about it when we miss it. This has to change. We cannot afford to think about water only when we miss it. We have to be appreciative of our ready access to water, recognizing that it is integral to our socio-economic development. Water touches all of us, whether it is for cooking, drinking, washing, bathing, flushing our toilets, cleaning, manufacturing, agriculture, you name it. Each year, the UN Water puts forward a theme for the observance of World Water Day. This year, it's glacier preservation. Now, we might question the relevance of this theme to our local context, since we live on a hot tropical island. Some countries are more directly impacted by the preservation of glaciers because they depend directly on them for their water supply. Our connection to the preservation of glaciers is that the rapid melting of glaciers due to rise in Earth's temperature would result in sea level rise, and this would lead to flooding of low-lying coastal areas and a decrease in the safe yield of our coastal aquifers. Even though St. Kitts and Nevis does not contribute much to the overall output of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, which is causing the Earth to heat up, and the melting of glaciers, we still have a responsibility to join with the international community to champion and advocate for changes in behavior that would result in reducing such emissions. Now, in St. Kitts and Nevis, it is very important for us to always remember that practically all of our public potable water comes from rainfall. Within a few short months, however, we would no longer be able to make this boast. That is, of course, because we are now at a stage where we have outgrown our surface and groundwater supplies and must turn to desalination to help meet our demand. Every citizen, every resident of St. Kitts and Nevis should have a basic idea of how water gets to our homes. When it rains, about 80% of what initially falls onto the ground is lost back to the atmosphere through evaporation from the ground and from plants. This goes back to form clouds from which rain falls again. 2% runs off to the sea. The remaining 18% that is not evaporated infiltrates deep into the ground and becomes groundwater. Since the 1970s, we have been developing this groundwater resource to meet our ever-expanding water demands. Studies have shown that we have a total renewable groundwater capacity of about 11 million gallons per day, of which we have only tapped about half. This groundwater resource is not evenly distributed across the island. In the Bastia area, for example, we estimate that we have a maximum sustainable yield of 2.5 million gallons per day, and we are currently fully extracting this amount. So we cannot drill any new wells in the Bastia area. That is why we are currently constructing a 2 million gallons per day desalination plant in the C.A. Paul Southwell Industrial Estate area to help meet the needs of residents and businesses in Bastia. Outside of Bastia, however, we have embarked on expanding our well drilling program to develop as much as possible of this untapped 5 to 6 million gallons per day of groundwater. Now, mistakes were made in the past that resulted in undue delay in this island-wide well development program. This lack of timely investment in our well drilling program is the cause of the water shortages that several communities are grappling with today. Rest assured that this cabinet is committed to ensuring that the necessary expenditure is made to bring this water shortage to an end in the next 12 to 24 months. We have demonstrated that we have the solution. Look at Keon. We ensured that a successful well was drilled in Keon, and now the water shortage issues that plagued Keon for decades are no more. We will go around the island and ensure that every village has a reliable 24-hour supply of water by drilling the required wells. It is unacceptable that in a modern high-income country such as ours, that persons have less than 24-hour supply of water. In addition to the drilling of the required wells and the construction of the 2 million gallons per day Bastia desalination plant, we will ensure that the other necessary water infrastructural upgrades are done. These include the construction of new storage reservoirs and the expansion of existing ones. We are about to start the construction of a 500,000 gallon reservoir at Cayon. This would improve the reliability of the supply to communities from Keys to Lodge. The installation of new pipelines and the upgrading of existing ones. The digitalization of our distribution network to enable easier detection of leaks and overall improvement in our efficiency. While we as the government and the Water Services Department accept our responsibilities to provide the necessary finance and to build, operate and maintain the water infrastructure, it would be remiss of me if I do not remind us that we the users also have an equal responsibility to manage the water that comes into our properties. Simply put, hundreds of thousands of gallons of water is lost daily from our properties. Perhaps 3/4 of it flows through leaking toilets into our septic tanks. The time has come for us here in St. Kitts to have a paradigm shift in how we deal with water. We are going to start taking water conservation to a whole new level. We are going to stop taking water for granted. We are going to start by holding ourselves accountable for the water we use. Our water rates, which have not been increased since 2001, is about the cheapest anywhere in the world. Yet there are many customers that do not pay their water bills. This is not fair and reasonable to those who do pay their bills. We therefore have given the Water Services Department our support to ensure that everyone starts paying their water bills. If you're experiencing any kind of financial difficulties, visit the Water Services Department and discuss with them options for a deferred payment plan to deal with your arrears. As we move towards becoming a sustainable island state, the sustainability of our water resources must become one of our highest priorities. This means that all of us will start taking seriously the motto of the Water Services Department, which is, water is life, every drop counts. I wish at this time, as the Minister with responsibility for water services, and on behalf of the Cabinet, to record my deep appreciation to the staff of the Water Services Department for their hard work and commitment to ensuring that we all have a fairly reliable water service in spite of the fact that we currently have less water available than is required. On this occasion of World Water Day 2025, the department has put together some activities as usual to mark the week. I encourage you to take part in these activities where possible. Tomorrow, Sunday, March 16th, staff of the WSD, including the wider Ministry of Public Infrastructure, will worship at the Antioch Baptist Church at Limekeel. On Monday, March 17th, and Tuesday, March 18th, you are invited to visit the Water Services Department at Needmos, where there will be an exhibition. This is your opportunity to see the behind-the-scenes operations of the water system and interact with the staff. On Thursday, we have a primary school quiz. On Friday, March 21st, we still have our Customer Appreciation Day. As usual, customers who come in to pay their bills will receive a treat. On Saturday, March 22nd, which is actually World Water Day, the staff will engage in a scavenger hunt. It gives me great pleasure, as the Minister with responsibility for water services, now to declare World Water Week open. May God continue to bless us with an abundance of clean, fresh water in our beloved Federation. Thank you.